Hi, and welcome to the Thinking Out Loud podcast. My name is Jędrek.
My name is Masha.
And we are two extraordinary teachers who record a podcast.
Okay.
And don't hesitate to use it as a teaching tool.
As a teaching
okay
tool. Yeah. I like that.
You see? What about extraordinary?
No, I don't like that.
You don't like that because you're modest. But having a podcast makes you an extraordinary teacher.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. A podcast.
All right. Maybe not for much longer. Okay, guys. We've got a special guest today. I'm not going to hide this for much longer. And who's the guest? The guest is a person who I have known for a couple of years now. And if I was to give, I'm not giving any awards to people, but if I were to give an award, that would be an MIP, the most improved player. I think, it's something that people who watch the NBA, they know that the MIP is the most improved player, the player who made the greatest improvement over the year. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here is Maciek.
Hi, hello, Maciek. Hello, guys. Hello. Nice to be here. Hello. Thank you very much for the nice introduction.
All right. I'm really, and honestly, I say that from the bottom of my heart. I like what you're doing with what you have been doing with your language. What is your recipe actually for the improvement?
Well, it's a difficult question to me. So maybe first I should say that I make a living in one of the pharmaceutical company where I'm responsible for distributing drugs, medicines. And my responsibility is distributing medicine, and my company has established a good liaison with all the pharma market distributors in Poland. So I use English on daily basis.
And who knows? Maybe that is the key. That is maybe the key that you are basically somehow functioning in the English-speaking environment, right?
Yeah. Because my company, which headquarter is located outside. So in a nutshell, I tackle problems in my company and I use this language.
Yeah, I know that you travel abroad and that you also present. We've been through some presentations together. Yes. But also, I think you neglected one thing that is podcasts,
Yeah. I listened to a lot of podcasts every day, and I love it. I really love it. I listen to technology podcasts, like, for example, Yes Was podcast. Yeah, it's a Polish podcast. But I also listen to a business podcast, like in Polish language, we say Mała Wielka Firma, and podcast with the English. I really like Risky or Not, where two guys discuss different topics, different subjects.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, tell me, because, I'd like to know, and I think our listeners would also like to know, how do you find time for podcasts? Because, many people tell me that, oh, yeah, I haven't listened this week because, I was too busy. Well, you are an awfully busy guy. You work full time and maybe even more. And somehow you squeeze into your schedule, lots of podcasts. So how do you, what is, what are your habits here?
Yeah, after the work, I should do something outside, some workout or something like that. Because on daily basis, I sit here in the front of the computer, in the front of laptop. I use a lots of liaison with my company with this in this material. And after the work, after the show with my company, I should go outside. I wear my phones on my head, and I listen to this podcast. And it's a great idea to do something and connect activity and listen to the podcast.
Right, Masha, are you a podcast listener, or you just listen to our podcast, or not at all? I know you don't listen to this podcast.
No, I listen to other stuff. I do. Yeah.
right,
It is also worth to add that I have also been a really regular listener to your Thinking Out Loud
to this
podcast.
show. Yeah, to this show. I know.
Yes.
We know that. That's why it was a priority for me to invite you here, to have you here.
On the first stop, really.
Right,
Since on the first episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Does
Thanks
it
a lot.
meet your expectations in terms of,
Yes, it does. It does. It's really great. Yeah. I like Masha, your voice, really your voice, and Jędrek too, but you have a strong and confident, can I say that? A very good sounding voice. Maybe it's from your
I tell you what, it's the voice of a policewoman.
Yeah, maybe it's true.
I don't think this is where he was going, just why didn't you let him say something pleasant about my voice, I'm sure that's what he meant.
All right, yeah, of course, I'm just, I'd always try to tone down, the emotions, so.
Okay.
Fine. Maciek, thanks for being a fan of the Thinking Out Loud podcast. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thanks for sharing with us, your recipes. I like, once again, and all that. I'm not sure if there's like, working in English plus listening to podcasts. Do you read something in English, like books, or do you stay away from text?
I read a lot of websites, maybe, but in general, not. I use only Polish books, I think. Yeah, I have been learning English for 5, maybe 8 years. It's a very long time, but I learned a lot during my lesson with you. So it's great work.
And that's why I say this is MIP. This is MIP. People, let's go. Let's go to round 1. We've got a question to you. And before we say that, we have a website, Masha. It's, what is it?
It's www.studiomendels.com.
All right,
great. I love it.
This is like a business card. I mean, this is the way to get in touch with us. And potentially, have classes, conversation classes. What we are doing here and recording is actually what's happening in our classes. I mean, it's not like we have a different format, for a class. That would be too expensive, to have 2 different formats.
Just for the record, Maciek is nodding. So yes,
yes, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah. So basically, this is how our classes look like, and the questions are always a surprise for our students, for our guests here on the show.
It is. Yes.
We don't reveal them before, and we are together in this. So it's not like we are going to attack anybody. Whether it's a student or a guest here, and go deal with that. No, we are all in this together. Okay, fine. I
totally agree.
It's high time for
round 1.
Right. I've got a totally philosophical question to you, Maciek. So,
wow.
Brace yourself. I would like to ask you a question that is in the form of a choice. Which moments decide about who we are more? Everyday moments or exceptional moments in our life? I don't know if I'm actually asking this question in a understandable manner, but which moments decide about who we are? The everyday moments like dinner, work, and so on, or the exceptional moments like holidays abroad, maybe some black swans, some events that happen unexpectedly, and so on. So what do you think? Which moments decide about who we are? Decide more about who we are?
Would you say define us? Do you mean?
Oh yeah, define us. Fine, Masha, thanks.
Oh,
Yeah,
define us. You mean?
They define us. They decide about who we are.
Okay, yeah, decide.
They tell other people about who we are. No,
and they also
to ourselves.
No, but not just tell other people, but also build us, make us.
For example, every morning on my especially Monday morning, I should focus on our English.
Yeah,
lessons,
exactly. It's, Monday 8 a.m. It's our time.
It's our time. So after this show, a lot of my ideas, a lot of my focus also focus on English. So it's good to understand that it's a good idea to start every day with the English, because after this you can, how to say, you can use in general your English. You can use your mouth, and maybe this moment decide that every day you start with the English. It's decide, but what's the question? The question is which moment. Childhood.
Which moments? Yeah, which moments decide about who you are? The everyday moments or the exceptional moments, like I said, holidays, some kind of events that are rare, that are exceptional.
Yeah, we should start from the childhood maybe, because this is the beginning of our way of our right communicate with the whole world. So when you are a kid, so when you are a youngster, you have you had a lot of ideas to tackle with your life, and you should start. But after that, you have connections with your friends, with the family, and it can be positive, and it can be negative.
Sure, but what about this everyday versus exceptional? Because even if you're a kid, you have some routine, right? I mean, I know you wake up, you go to school, and if nothing really exceptional happens during your day, I mean, you come back home and you play around and you go to sleep. I don't know if that is like and this is and so this is like every day, this is the routine versus I don't know, having some kind of adventure or versus I don't want to use extreme examples, but having some kind of an accident even, like I don't know. And what do you think, which has a bigger impact on your life, the everyday routine or the exceptional?
Summer is a time when people are always are away on vacation. So in general speaking, after the vacation, you have a relaxed behavior, you have a relaxed time, and during the vacation you can do all the stuff that you can't find time in the past. Now you can rest, you can read a lot of books, you can of course listen to a podcast. So in general, at this moment decide that you are how to say you are in a different, and you are you are the different person, and this moment decide that you are here. I don't know. So and we love to come back to this significant, to this important moments like holidays, for example. So
are you kind of trying to say that it's actually the exceptional, not the everyday, but the exceptional that shapes you, that decides about who you are,
shapes your mind.
Sorry, Masha.
Yeah. So but what about this special moment on every day? Because vacation time is only sometimes 1 or 2 weeks in the whole year.
Exactly.
But on daily basis, we have a lot of time after the work, after the connect with other people, and we have a connection with the family, for example. And the question is which moment designed on our everyday moment.
No, which moments kind of shape who you are, you know.
Yeah, maybe after primary school, we go to the university. We go to the University of Technology or something like that, and some people can decide what's happened there. Sometimes we met a lot of people, interesting people that we have connection in the future because this relationship is strong, for example, and this moment can be decide to about our future, for example. Yeah, so this moment after the study, when you have a connection with the people. And this is a very good idea to and this relevant that this is a to understand that connection with the people when we are together on the same school in the same university is a strong impact to our future. So it is also a decide moment to understand that.
Right.
Yeah.
Which kind of once again which kind of makes you lean toward the exceptional, I guess. You know, the question could be formulated now. I'm thinking like, what is more important, hard work or luck? Because you know, hard work is the everyday that you do. You work hard every day, but you may also be lucky. And for example, you got to know the CEO's daughter, and you married her, and now you are the CEO. But Masha, your 5 cents. You are silent. Come on.
Please help me. Yeah.
Well, of course, the first thing you would think it's exceptional moments because you discover something about yourself that you didn't know before. Because you are usually faced with some kind of a difficult choice. And you...
So this is where you make progress, kind of, because,
Not necessarily. Sometimes, no. Sometimes you behave... not the way you would hope you be.
Total regress.
Yeah. But you definitely realize something about yourself that was impossible to realize, during this everyday grind. But on the other hand, I'm thinking about, such simple things as, I don't know, being more organized, or eating healthily. This is the thing you do every day, and suddenly, not suddenly, you kind of want to be more organized, and it takes a lot of effort. It takes consistency, whatever, for each person, and you have to do little things every day. And this is how you basically form your character in a way. Also.
Yeah, I think we generally we underestimate the power of
every day.
Of every day. Yeah, because let's say that everything is going its normal course, and I know you wake up, you have breakfast, and then you go to work. You come back home, you meet with your family, blah blah blah. And I think we underestimate these moments because they truly shape us. But once again, nothing exceptional is happening.
Very slowly, like water and rocks.
Yeah, exactly.
But actually, at the beginning, I misunderstood the question, and I thought, and I was thinking about how you kind of get to know and really, really well, how you get to know people. When you, like, for example, you live with your partner, your husband, your wife, you see them every day, and you see a lot of things this person wouldn't let anyone else to see. You see all the dirt.
You
You
talk
see
about
all
the socks on the table, or
I don't know, everything you can imagine. I mean, you're married, you know what I'm talking about. And you think this is, and you think about this person, okay, this person is like that. And then suddenly you go somewhere and I don't know, he saves a kitten or whatever. And you never thought that he was capable of something like this. So you discover again something else, something.
And this is thanks to this
exceptional
situation.
Moment.
Can I add something?
Oh, please do.
Sure. I mean,
yes, thanks.
come on.
So there are events, books, meetings which determine our being or not being here. So the books decide who we are. For example, every day we can meet someone interesting, both inside and outside of work or outside the something. So I remember one guy who I was in contact with my company with every day, and we had only business contacts. So until I went to lunch with him, and I turned out that that we have a lot of common interesting. So we had the same hobbies, we have the same problems. So that event was crucial to me. So that was really relevant to me.
But now, how do we classify this lunch? Is it ordinary or extraordinary? Because there's also what's the definition of extraordinary, right? I mean, is meeting someone in a different context extraordinary? Someone who, let's say, you get in touch on daily basis, but now suddenly you see the person in a new context. Can we actually classify this as extraordinary? I was thinking more when I was asking this question. Nobody knew it, right? But I was thinking about the black swans. Really, the events like a car accident that puts you on a wheelchair. Sorry for that extreme, but stuff that happens sometimes unexpectedly, and some usually tragedies come to mind, but they could also be like
winning a lottery.
Yeah, winning a lottery, exactly. Winning a lottery, can that actually change you more than your everyday coffee in the morning?
Of course, you will stand the test. The test is money corrupts, power corrupts. So will you be able to resist
everybody? Well, does it corrupt
yeah, that's
everybody?
the question. Usually, yes, that's the question. Can you?
I think I could resist corruption of a huge money. I just need to try.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Just give me this chance. I want to try.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm going to show you, how.
Yeah, I'm going to show you,
Maciek, I'd like to. All right, go on.
Yeah. So this kind of events don't happen often. So
yeah. Lots.
Yeah, but yeah, I would say like I would say like these are the black swans, but I'm not sure about something like meeting someone. Is it a black swan? Unless it's a celebrity, it's like Bill Gates, inviting you for lunch. I think I know where's the border of extraordinary. I don't know that exactly, but
maybe the impact it has on your life.
Impact in the future,
but what about I know your parents? I mean, what kind of impact do they have on your life? And they are, I think, in the category of ordinary, because given, of course, that you're not an orphan or something. I mean, having parents is like the ordinary, totally ordinary thing. And well, they have a huge impact, but I wouldn't say they are black swans. Come on.
What do you mean by black swans?
Black swan. It's from the book by Nassim Taleb. It's the events that are rare, unexpected, like COVID, I think was to some extent a black swan. Czarny łabędź, we say in Polish, it's it's something that happens out of nowhere, and it has the potential to change the course of events. However, there are debates actually if black swans actually do impact our life as much as they are told to be doing. But I'd like to shift this conversation from the local, from personal life to history. And Maciek, what do you think? If you look at history, do you think that history goes from one extraordinary event to another extraordinary event, like wars, big deals, big decisions, and so on? Do you think that this is how history is moving, or do you think the history is actually shaped by the everyday life of millions of ordinary people?
It's difficult to say because we remember the beginning of the COVID when there's the start the pandemic here, or we remember 1 year ago when the war at Ukraine starts. That 5 years ago, if you ask me, hey Maciek, what will be the future? I shouldn't. You
would never predict.
I would never predict this kind of situation, this kind of future, because it's so in this case, in this question, it's very difficult to say what's the how to say, when the bird fly and this flies can be an impact to your future.
You talk about the butterfly effect.
Butterfly effect, yeah.
The butterfly,
that and today maybe sometimes we are sure that this butterfly effect can be impacted to the future or not. Sometimes it can be possible.
Yeah, it's like one guy in China ate a bat, and there you go. The whole world has changed.
Yeah. So the question.
Wait a second. Let's just for a second. Let's stay. Let's focus on that butterfly effect. Do you believe it's actually possible? Because it's pretty much what's my question was about. Like this extraordinary event, like black swan. Do you actually believe in butterfly effect? That one guy farts at the other end of the planet, and there's a tsunami.
I do. Yeah, it can be possible sometimes. Maybe it's a funny way. Yeah, I know, but it can be possible to impact it to our future. We should believe, because it's easier to believe that this impact, this butterfly effect is impacted to our future. So because we would like to be on the safe position and to understand the future. Wow, why this is so difficult? Why this so key now? And maybe when we focused on in the past, we can find a lot of signs, a lot of waves, a lot of these little moments which can be butterfly.
So you say that it basically serves as an explanation to some complex events, but you can easily explain it using the butterfly effect,
because it is safe. It can be unstable.
Psychologically safe, because it was the butterfly that started all the what was the they say it was the bat in China, or there's another because there was another animal, doesn't matter actually.
I remember what you mean.
Masha, your take on the butterfly effect, does it actually exist or not?
Well, I guess it's probably a little bit more complex than just one little. I mean, there are things which trigger things. Like this First World War is very telling in this regard. I mean, there was this one student killing. I mean, of course, I don't think it was the reason, because now I have experience of a war, and I don't think there is this guy killing. Whoever he killed, I don't remember the name.
Prince Ferdinand.
And I don't think it was actually the reason. but it definitely was the trigger. So is it butterfly effect? Maybe butterfly
Yeah,
effect,
I
you know,
think.
when a little mutation, little tiny mutation changes this, let's say, species dramatically or kills it. I don't know.
You talk about, like, you know, the chimpanzees becoming human?
Was it
Because
a
after all,
mutation? It was work. That's what we were
kind of
taught
work?
at school. Work made a human out of a monkey. Oh, you didn't live in this socialist country, of course. Okay.
All
That's
right.
what it's called. You
All right.
never heard the saying? It's work
Well,
that made human out of a monkey. Work, not mutation.
that's what that's what you were told in the Soviet Union, I think.
Yeah.
Great. No, but you know, we our DNA differs, like, you know, very, very, very little.
Yeah, I know,
like-
but I don't think it was a mutation, or was it?
What else? I mean, if you talk about evolution, then evolution is actually a chain of mutations, small mutations. Because, you know, I think we can call it a mutation, unless by mutation you mean something that is
Are they not coping
like,
mechanisms? Don't play a part in here?
They do, but I guess we are genetically different, so we are a mutation of that code, you know.
Inside code, yeah.
Okay, let it be. Well,
all right.
So you know, with one small gesture, you can change sometimes somebody's life.
That sounds like Paulo Coelho to me. It's great. I mean, yeah, one little gesture can change someone's life.
We should remember about this. So remembering this would make us more aware.
But it can definitely change your day. I mean, I'm sure you've been in a situation when you are, I don't know, in a terrible mood, you know, just walking to work in the morning, Monday morning, absolutely miserable. And you see a person, you know, coming towards you, and this person isn't even looking at you, is looking at something else and smiling. And you see this smile and you smile. And suddenly So
is that the way is that the way it works in Poland, you know? Because you see someone smiling, you say, "What are you smiling?"
Wow, yeah, that's true.
I'm kidding. No,
yeah,
you're
of
right.
course, if a person is looking at you and smiling, that's what probably you will. What are you staring
Universe
at?
Code.
But then if the person is not, if the person is looking the other way and smiling, you say, "What a fool," you know? Smiling.
Jesus, how did you even survive? You know.
You want something from me or not? Yeah. Why are you smiling to me? It's not funny.
I think it's not like that in Ukraine. I mean, we are pretty much
totally
the
not.
same.
No, of course
People
not.
All right.
We like seeing people smile.
All right.
So the reason I'm telling about this is because this very thing happened to me yesterday. I saw a girl. She was looking at her. She was finishing conversation, and when she hung up, she smiled. You know, so she had a very pleasant and I saw this smile, and I couldn't help. I just also smiled for no reason.
It is infectious. You know, it's true. You know, I'm just kidding with our approach. Let's call it the Polish approach, but of course it's infectious.
Of course it's
Of course it's infectious.
It's a butterfly effect. Also, the smile, it can be, you know, impacted to the future, to another man, to another woman.
I smile, somebody else will see me. They will
smile too, but somehow
it is impacted. This focus.
Yeah, but there are also some kind of blockers, you know, and people who are blocking this, you know, who don't react in a way that, you know, that they don't. I don't know actually. But you're right.
Monday morning.
yeah. I mean, this is a great point. However, I'm not sure if a little smile could start a chain reaction that, you know, ends up in, I know, peace and harmony, planetary peace and harmony, you know. But who knows? But okay, that's
don't watch enough videos on YouTube, you know. There are videos that show you exactly how this can happen.
All right.
Yeah.
I have to watch some tutorials.
Yeah. Oh, Mother Teresa. Or ask somebody, you know. Okay. Well, it's just an example. It's just an example of this effect.
All right. So okay. So that was about butterfly effects. And yeah, I know the question the question I asked before was about history. Does it move from one let's say extraordinary event to another, or is it made up of a chain of absolutely ordinary events?
I should also add this point in this point that if you invest money, for example, there is some kind of fluctuation. There is some
ups and downs. Yeah,
ups and down. If you invest to shares and you invest outside, and your money now are not safe because are on the
I know something
gap.
about it.
But after that, and today you can invest more. Yeah, it can be. And after that, your shares, your money grow up, so it can raised, yeah.
But you mean you refer this to what exactly to because this fluctuation is like history is moving this way, up and down, up and down. I don't know. It's true that wait a second. Yeah, you're right. Kind of if you do absolutely nothing, okay, you invest some money and then you do absolutely nothing.
Just like Warren Buffett advises everyone.
Kind of.
Forget
Yeah,
about your money for 10 years.
He's not that like he's not like not doing nothing. You know, I mean, come on. You know, this guy is watching the markets. You know, around the clock. But I think that sometimes you. I like. It was, I guess, Jerzy Kosinski's book, Being There. I don't know if you know. There was also a movie with Peter Sellers, I think. But Being There, it was, a guy who was totally stupid and he became the American president simply by, he was a gardener and all he knew about was gardening, and somehow, he got on TV and he was talking about gardening, the only thing he knew about, but people were referring this to politics, and he became hyper popular, and won the elections because of, and all he was talking about was gardening,
Something Forrest Gump,
Yeah, kind of, but the point is that in the title sums it up, in being there. So it's enough to be there and nothing else. You don't have to do anything because the situation, the events will kind of
take
do
care
the rest. So it's the same with investing money. You invest some money and then you just do nothing, given that you don't panic or whatever.
Yeah, but
one day you wake up. Yeah, and one day you wake up all fully rich, maybe, or totally broke. But
if you would die, for example, in the future, then you can wake up. Hey, what about my money which I invested in the past from the past?
Yeah,
now
exactly,
maybe it's a big fortune.
Yeah, now it's maybe a big huge fortune. Great, guys. I know actually. I've got just one more question here. Speaking about this ordinary and mundane.
Can I maybe say something about history? Because I'm actually
sure.
I have some privilege of living through this, and it's very, when you are like me, when you only hear alarms and run to the bomb shelter, you don't actually take active part in it. It's you tend to think that you're totally unimportant. You're not doing anything. There are big smart guys, very, very brave, that actually do something like fighting or
but by
diplomacy.
By fighting, you mean that they shape history, they make
history. No, I talk about ordinary people like me.
All right.
And of course, I thought that I have nothing to do with history. I have nothing to do with it. I'm just, wake up, have breakfast, record a podcast. But then one of my students, we were actually having a class. There was an air alarm, but we kept going, because
during the class,
Well, yeah, we have it now. I mean, it was just canceled 2 minutes ago. It's nothing. And he said, well, that's our job. We have to wake up. We have to have classes. We have to go to work. We pay taxes. We donate. And this is our fight. Because sometimes it's so difficult just to drag yourself out of bed in the morning because you are so like down.
No, I honestly, I don't know how you're doing this, you know,
And
after
this is
1
my
year of...
war. This is my fight.
This
So
is your
on the
work.
one hand, we think, okay, Ukraine is, Zelensky, of course, he's, everywhere. He's the leader. But without us, people like me, no, just
Yeah, come on.
without just ordinary people, we have kind of his back, no? So I want to believe that we also, this is the only thing that can keep you sane, this thought. If I don't have this thought, then my life would be...
No, but I think there is more to it than just your personal experience, because history is in fact happening in each and every household, and not in the palaces and whatever, government's offices. I know that there are, let's say, some tyrants, despots, who start wars, and so on, but I'm not so sure if they are really like agents who can change the turn of history. Not so sure about it. I mean, just like, the First World War example, with the assassination of Prince Ferdinand was, of course, it was the last straw that broke camel's back, But beforehand, I mean, before that happened, the war was already in people's hearts and minds, They were already kind of ready for it. It was just a matter of like this trigger, this kind of...
Yeah, but if you are a tyrant, of course you can create this war in people's hearts and minds. You can manipulate them, and we know that.
All right. So
sorry
because
about that.
now it's easy to say so many years after the war.
Yeah, you're right. Fine. Guys, thanks a lot. I've got one more thing that is somehow connected with this extraordinary and mundane. I wanted to ask. And Maciek, of course, the question is to you.
Yeah, sure.
Can someone really change, starting on the 1st of January?
No, it is not true.
It
is not true. A lot of people decide when the year finished to do
because
something.
the date is kind of extraordinary. It's the 1st of January, the new year.
Especially if it's a Monday.
Especially if it's a Monday, yeah.
Monday and 8 o'clock, or 7.
Yeah, exactly. Some kind of some kind of
some kind of bottom line, some kind of starts way to do. Yeah, I wake up and I start a new day.
Okay,
no,
but
it's better to finish during the way. It's better during the year. It's better to start a new life from the half of the year, from the 1st of July or August.
Are you still? But so you mean like it's better to pick a totally ordinary date, not like the 1st of January, because
I don't believe in this way. Tomorrow I quit the cigarettes because tomorrow is the first day of January. And today I smoke my cigarette because I can, and tomorrow it can be possible. No, it is not. It's only good to people to give them the hope, yeah, because people likes to believe in this kind of resolution or something.
This is very interesting. I wouldn't
you
totally
believe too?
I mean, yeah, I don't believe that you can change on the 1st of January, like, and especially if we talk about some profound change, But at the same time, I think symbols matter, and I can refer that, of course, to stock prices, because you buy stocks at certain prices, and I think prices kind of matter. I can tell you from my experience, because if you buy the stock at a certain price, but not necessarily the lowest, or whatever, but a price, I mean, talking about the number, just not price is a number, but the number that you like. For example,
for example,
a round
7.
number.
I like.
Now I
yeah,
understand why you are not
with the
doing so
7.
well as an investor. Because you buy stock at the price if it's.
But wait,
Oh my
wait
God,
until-
I can't believe it. Okay.
wait
go
until
Wow,
I go.
nice.
Look,
have
I
a
like
crystal
shares when
ball
they
or
start from the 7, and every
yeah,
time.
exactly. But wait, Masha,
Okay.
come on. You don't know my results. I mean, they are bad, but
Who knows? Who
I
knows?
haven't. I mean, it's not over yet. It's still
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. Sure.
The game
We
isn't
believe
finished
in
yet.
numbers too.
But if you buy a stock at a certain number that you like personally, not like because the number means something to you, or it's a round number, it's a nice number, it's maybe the what is the name for it's a primary number, I think, because primary numbers are the ones that are only divided by one. Sorry, yeah, by one and by
Any number can be divided by 1.
sorry,
No?
by what? By itself, by itself.
That's
Oh, come on,
so.
yeah,
Oh my God.
that's true. By one
Okay.
and by itself, that's all.
Okay.
That's a primary number. Come on.
And
So these are nice numbers, good looking numbers. So if you have a stock at this price, you are more likely. I'm talking, of course, from my experience, but it might be individual. But you are more likely to hold on to it, not to sell it, or not to get rid of it like too early. Of course, it might be a trap, right? Because I like this number. It was 29. What a beautiful number. But then, of course, it goes down to 12. But you
also
still
beautiful
cherish
number.
this. You still cherish this, yeah. But the point is that psychologically, it kind of works. Kind of. The same like the 1st of January. I think, because I started on the 1st of January, and this is my kind of, anchor. I don't know how to call it, but it's something that it's symbolic. And it has sometimes certain power. Of course, you can quickly sell the stock or start smoking again. But I think the power of the symbol is quite important,
Yeah. I would say that I only buy, for example, shares when the share price is an even number.
Yeah, you see, yeah. Actually, I'm buying odd numbers, but it's nice.
Or when the difference between one price and another is 16. And then I would buy it.
Yeah, great. I mean, it is certain. I mean, in the world of
who knows? Maybe this is the number
of finance, there is no logic there. I mean, so you can just as well apply this thing. It's a kind of magic thinking, but I think the psychological factors are super important. Super important when it comes to surviving some market crashes and so on.
But when it works, it can be possible. We can do it. We can change it. We can buy, because this way is a good impact to our money. In this example,
yeah, and that's why I would say that once again it's the equivalent of that is certain dates, certain certain points
points.
The calendar. They might have the same sort of effect. However, I agree that going to the gym on the 1st of January is not maybe the best time. I think it's better to start somewhere in March, like let's say the 13th of March. I'm just it's like it's safer because I think you are more likely to develop a habit there, because there's no pressure, because the 1st of January also creates pressure.
Yeah, you can meet outside a lot of people. Hey, what are you doing? Today's my great day because I started a new resolution. Wow, nice. That's
exactly. Yeah, these resolutions, they are.
What about tomorrow? Tomorrow doesn't matter. Now, today, it's a great moment to understand and to change something in my life.
Right. All right.
I remember I watched a video by a guy who claimed that actually letting others know about your resolution. What do you think? Like, your guess? Does it increase the chance of
I'd say it increases. It increases
Maciek?
because
I would say that it does not increases. Yeah. Why?
So it actually
Because
lowering the chance that you will stick to it.
sometimes,
think?
yes, it can be because you don't know what is inside your head now.
No. Telling others, for example, you decided that, okay, tomorrow I will, I don't know, quit smoking. So what do you think is the best strategy? To tell as many people as possible that you are going to do that, or to, keep your mouth shut about it?
Okay.
What do you think?
It depends on situation, depends on the human, depends on people. But for example, me, I would say to only to my beloved ones that tomorrow I start a new way and I start quit the cigarette and
would that actually help you?
That it will help you.
Yeah, it did, and because after this effect, when I wouldn't quit, it can be difficult to me that that people said, "Hey, Maciek, what's about this what you said?" And it can be, shame to me a little bit, sometimes.
Yeah. So you you build this what's the name? A safeguard?
Safeguard.
That's there is someone.
You burn the bridges.
You burn the bridges, kind of. I mean, there's someone who can verify or kind of check whether you stick to your plan.
I would say
Masha,
that.
what did the wise guy say from YouTube? I mean,
well, yeah, he said that you are guys like the majority of people. You're wrong because he says that what happens from the perspective of your brain, when you tell somebody, it's like you are already doing it, or even worse, like you've already done it. Your brain thinks, because you've actually verbalized it so many times, and your brain thinks, okay, I'm already doing this.
But well, doesn't it? I mean, it depends on what you're saying, actually, because if you say, "Hey guys, I start exercising or I quit eating meat," from tomorrow on.
And your brain thinks that you are already on this track,
and kind of gives up. I mean, and
you give up. And I'm sure you felt it like I can only relate to it in not from this point of letting others know or not, but when I start working out, I want to lose weight, I start working out. After the first workout, I feel like I don't know, I'm goddess or something. And one is enough. Basically,
all right.
I feel great,
A flash in the pan, it's called,
well, maybe.
Yeah, but you know what? There are as many theories as people, I guess, because I also heard.
Or you buy the treadmill or something. You put it in your room.
Yeah, sure.
And your brain thinks that that's
Clothes
enough.
hanger.
You've already done it. Check the box. Move on.
You're right. That's why, of course, I think going to gym is better because you don't clutter your flat, and second, you actually I think see people working out. It's kind of more motivating.
It's difficult to.
But I wanted to say that I read, but it's some kind of psychology book that actually revealing your plans or your resolutions helps. Because you build this kind of, it's not just you, but others put pressure on you, kind of, and they keep motivating you. It kind of makes sense too. I know that.
But then why do you say that the 1st of January creates pressure and it's bad? It's good because we need pressure if we want to do something unpleasant.
It's the power. It's the power of the symbol versus the pressure, I guess. I mean, the power of the symbol can be helpful because I started on the 1st and now I keep going. And like I said with the stock prices,
No, you said the pressure of 1st of January you have.
Yeah, that's why.
But
13th
of March is you are more likely to succeed. Why? Because it will create what kind of pressure?
I would avoid pressure, and there are dates in the calendar that generate pressure, like the 1st of January or the 1st of any month. I think it generates pressure.
But telling somebody also generates pressure.
Yeah, you're right. So actually, you're right. You're right. So I would avoid pressure.
To the a lot of people, it's create pressure, and this pressure is not safe to us when you say a lot of people outside your family.
But then it will keep you going for some time, because people will keep, asking, so how's it going, your diet or your whatever?
Okay.
You're running,
You're like, so what do you have? What options do you have? You start avoiding people, or you actually will go, do something, hit this gym finally, to be able to brag, Yeah, of course.
I like when the motivation is kind of intrinsic.
Oh yeah.
Not people
the
keeping
gold model.
you because but I would avoid pressure coming from certain dates, like I said, the first, but then symbols are important, but you can create the symbol. Like, sorry to mention this, but the 24th of February has become a symbolic date, right? And you can actually create the 13th of March a symbolic date. It can be a symbolic date for you. You can turn this ordinary day into a symbolic one.
If you want.
Hey,
yeah.
Did I just solve the question that actually the ordinary moments, if they are turned symbolic, they have the biggest impact?
Symbolic doesn't mean exceptional.
No, symbolic is not the same as exceptional.
So the question was about exceptional moments. Black swans. How is 13?
Yeah, but look how great a question it is, Maciek. How do you see the difference between symbolic and exceptional?
Symbolic and exceptional. Symbolic to me is Monday morning. Every time.
But symbolic is actually ordinary, because if you think about national flags or symbols, generally symbols are ordinary because they are so common. They are ordinary.
Ordinary things, you mean objects?
Yeah, objects. I mean, like I said, national flags, some, symbolic, like
it's what it represents that's important.
Yeah, exactly. But they are not,
and they represent exceptional events. Like, why would this pen be symbolic for me? Because there must be something, a story behind it, some exceptional event.
Someone from the past used this pen.
Or I used it to kill, I don't know, an orc. Sorry.
Yeah, great. But yeah, this is quite interesting. I think I like this nugget we found here, that symbolic is the way out. It's not extraordinary, because your holidays in Egypt, that, let's say, are extraordinary because you're flying there just once per year or once per decade. And they are totally not symbolic.
Vacation is not extraordinary, only ordinary. It can be, because it can be for ordinary people.
Vacation can totally be ordinary. Some people go to the same hotel every year.
For 20 years.
The same room, the same hotel.
Yeah. And but then it becomes symbolic, doesn't it?
Yeah. Because after 10 years,
does it?
The receptionist
No, you're right. No, sorry. I don't think it's becoming symbolic, I think. Because it becomes like a routine. But a routine is not. Symbol is always alive. It's never dead. So and routine is dead, I guess. You know what I mean? Like symbol is still full of life, This flag means something every day, and routine is like the everyday.
It's like the
automatic
ring. Your wedding ring is a symbol, but your marriage is a
routine.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What a Monday morning.
We can find a lot of examples from the past when ordinary people became a symbol of freedom, for example.
Yeah, of course.
William Wallace.
Yeah, William Wallace, exactly, But was he an ordinary guy?
Yeah.
He was born ordinary. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So he
was
became
extraordinary killed.
Yeah, you're right.
Symbol of Maciek.
Symbol of freedom. Symbol of freedom. He became. Yeah. So it is ordinary Odin in person became a symbol of freedom.
By doing something extraordinary.
By doing, yeah. So it's good
This
idea.
is, guys, this is too complex for my head, but thanks a lot for thinking out loud here. I mean, there are great findings.
You're welcome.
Real nuggets, but unfortunately, we are unable to distill them. Our listeners have to do it themselves. But I hope we provided some food for thought here. Great ferment, intellectual ferment. Thanks, Maciek, for that.
Yeah, that's really good point to start Monday morning.
Yeah, and this is how we start Monday morning each week, guys. It's kind of, it's some kind of intellectual brainstorming and so on. And this is, I don't know actually what are the long-term effects of that, but definitely feels good.
We should
waking
also
up, like that.
Yeah, we should also find the time to meet on Friday this week, and after this, when we gained experience.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's
and what's crucial part was done with your life, and after that we can find some solution to this.
Great. Fine, guys. I think it's kind of time to. Do
we deserve a round of applause?
Wow.
Don't we?
Nice.
Great. Thanks a lot, Maciek. Thank you. Thanks very much for being here on the show.
Thank you very much for the invitation. Thank you very much for being with you, and that's great idea to be with you during the lessons and during the podcasts.
And during the podcast, it's amazing. This becomes immortalized. Masha, thanks a lot for being here. Do you have anything to say to our dear listeners?
I want, again, I will never stop inviting people. So you see, it's not that scary. And we already had, how many? 3 guests?
Yeah, 3 guests,
well,
I guess, yeah.
3 guests who are actually students, and who were really, really scared, of coming. But in the end, they, I think, enjoyed it. It will not be no much.
Yeah, it's true, because classes with mentals school, mentals.pl are well thought out conversations.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well thought out conversations. It's the slogan I'm using. But
great classes.
Thanks a lot, Maciek. I hope it wasn't like too much pressure, because of the recording.
A little bit.
It is always because Masha, we know something about it, right?
Yeah,
we are veterans.
I feel pressure
right now,
here. Wow, you are on record, and this red light.
Yeah.
It's
great.
still on.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Time for the sacramental ending.
This was another episode of the Thinking Out Loud podcast. Please come to our show and stay tuned for the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.